family. Thanks so much, Malia.
All right. Well, he is the executive sous chef at the Radisson Hotel. Chris Corkum, just back from Quito, Ecuador, where you were competing in the World Association of Chefs Society Global Chef Challenge America's competition, or some long name to that effect, and you won.
I won, yes. Which
is absolutely tremendous for us. So right now we are actually going to recreate the award-winning dessert. Is that accurate?
That is exactly correct. Yes.
And it does not have a name. So let's just, while you kind of start talking us through, just tell us about the experience too.
You have to qualify to get there, first of all. So provincially, then nationally. And so it's not something that just happens overnight. It's been a progression of over the years, and it's an awful lot of training. And so what happens is you get a mandatory list of ingredients.
Okay.
Outside of those ingredients, you can do whatever you want. You can dress it up however you want. It's a timed event, so you have 3 hours. 3 hours for your first course, then there's a half an hour for your entree, and then there's another half an hour before you put up your appetizer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So what were the mandatory ingredients?
The first course was salmon, another fish called liguando, which is native to South America. It's like a Dover sole, like a four-sided flatfish, and then scampi as well was on the...
Sounds like a delicious.
It's on the appetizer.
Very nice.
Entree was 3 different cuts of veal, the roast, blade roast, the tenderloin, and the sweetbreads.
Wow.
And then on the dessert, which we're going to recreate today, it was tea and chocolate.
Okay, so we've got, it smells, you guys obviously can't smell at home, but we do have that aroma of that Earl Grey tea, and that's what we've got here, right?
Yes, there were several varieties of tea that you could choose from to use. I chose the Earl Grey just because I felt like it was kind of safe, it's neutral.
Yeah.
A lot of bergamot in Earl Grey, so very citrusy. And so I did an Earl Grey ganache bar wrapped in a passion fruit gel sheet, and Earl Grey sponge cake.
Oh, okay.
So this is one part of it, and if you want to help me out by getting that whipped up, that would be fabulous.
That makes me the executive sous chef to the North American champion, right?
Absolutely.
That's not what you said before. He's much kinder on the air.
We're keeping it PG here.
So you want me to give a little bit of a stir?
Yeah, keep going. Get lots of air into that. Because normally you would make it, and then it goes right on the plate.
Yeah.
But I made it at the hotel this morning, so it's kind of deflated a little bit.
We need to aerate it here.
Absolutely. While you're doing that, I just wanted to throw out a few thank yous for everybody that supported me getting ready here. First and foremost to my executive chef, Scott Torgerson, who is my coach, he's my mentor, he's a very good friend of mine. Without his tutelage, none of it would have been possible. And perhaps even more so than chef would be the rest of the staff in the kitchen. Without our team doing what they do every day, day in, day out, putting up with me being a bit of a basket case trying to get ready for this thing, it just wouldn't have been possible. And my food and beverage director, Trevor Robertson, dealing with all the logistical side of stuff.
Yeah, we know Trevor well here.
It wouldn't have been possible. And Patty Schwager, our general manager at the Radisson, she's always had my back, always supported me, and perhaps the biggest thank you of all would have to go to my wife for putting up with all of it. So.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm going to keep aerating this and probably going to have you fix it for me in the break, but I'll never admit that that's how this happened. And then we'll be back to finish plating this, talk about gold medal plates, and just generally see how delicious this American, North American, South American dual continental championship dessert tastes. Cast also. All right, and here we go. We can see executive sous chef of the Radisson Hotel, Chris Corkum, continuing with this dessert, this championship caliber dessert. And what have we done now?
Just while we were away, I added a lychee and mascarpone mousse. This is an English breakfast crumb. And then on top of that is a coconut and pandan semifreddo. I figured you were going to ask what pandan was, so I brought you a little bit. It's a member of the palm family.
Oh, really?
Just give that a little whiff. It goes in curries and Indian cultures. Key ingredient in biryani. So that's in there with the coconut just to give it a little bit of that.
And so you would have
Yeah.
I love it. You would have pureed this into that mixture?
No, you beat it just to break it all up, kind of like lemongrass.
Yeah.
And then I steep it with the coconut milk.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we really infuse it. And then what do we have sitting over here? Like chocolate.
Yeah, this is a chocolate halo that I made, part of the garnish for this. So what I do is I take my cake, kind of lift it up a little bit here, and shimmy one of these chocolate halos underneath.
So what do the judges judge you on? Obviously, taste has got to be there. Appearance, plating.
Taste is 50% of your marks. Then timing is one. Appearance, and then there's also a judge sort of watching you throughout the day as you're cooking. So your kitchen marks, are you working clean? Are you organized? Are you wasting things? Are you using proper techniques and proper sanitation and things of that nature?
That's fantastic. Now, a lot of people that watch, the shows on TV where you bang, here's your surprise ingredient list. You've got an hour to go. It's not the same case. This is obviously a lot more foresight. How long in advance do you get your ingredient list?
We got our ingredients probably late February, early March.
Okay.
So you start with your components, like individual pieces of the plate, maybe not perhaps the entire thing.
Okay.
And once you've got those perfected, then you're going to start doing full runs as if it were the day of the competition.
Gotcha.
And we probably did upwards of 12 to 14
full runs.
Of these,
so that everything that you could possibly
these full runs.
See.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's the idea behind it anyway.
I like it. Now we're going to finish this off with...
just a couple of little garnishes here. We've got some macerated berries, just a little bit of simple syrup, and I've got a white chocolate passion fruit cream on there for a little sauce, and I'm going to finish the whole thing off with a Maldon sea salt. Chocolate and salt are, to me, like PB&J. It's
perfect.
And it just
go hand in hand.
Yeah, it helps cut the richness of the chocolate and just sort of balances out the plate.
Fantastic. All right, we're going to finish this up here in the break, and we'll see just how this masterpiece looks when we return.